Did you know what's the best city to study in Italy? It's called Padova, and it's the perfect combination of food, culture, political activism, and student nightlife. If you ever considered studying abroad, this video is for you. Everything will be explained by someone who has been studying in Padova for years.
I am Anna Rita, and I'm a student here in Padua. And I'm here to show you all about Padua at the beginning of my first day of university, and I remember me feeling completely lost. So I hope this guide will be helpful for you on your first day in order to walk your first steps into this amazing experience, which is university. We are entering the student area of the scientific departments. This is a beautiful place because it's where all the student life happens. If you come over here, on the right side, this is the main street, and we hold on a really famous tradition. The famous tradition is about graduating. Every single person that has studied here in Padua has a step foot on these floors, and those floors are the most fun one as well as the most depressing one. I explain you why, because we use it for graduation time. During graduation, the students of Padua have a really specific tradition. Particularly, we hang on those trees, every single trees, a crossword. This crossword depicts all the activities during your university time, and it's made from your friends. While you are holding the crosswords, people are throwing at you when you are graduating eggs, tomato sauce, flour, in order to have the worst experience of your life. This is a tradition. Since you are a doctor now you have to remember that you're still coming from the bottom. And we are here to remember you by throwing you things and make you feel completely degraded. Therefore, people will start intonating choirs like Dottore, dottore del buco del culo. So which means doctor on my ass. So the whole city starts singing Doctor on my ass, and everybody will join in this happy moment. Therefore, you are wearing also a crown, and while you are standing next to those three, you have a drink taped to your hand. Therefore, every single time that you get the word from the crossword completely wrong, you are gonna drink. If you make it until the end of the crossword, you are a dragon. And we have legends, most of the people never made it. Therefore, if you don't make it, you have to throw yourself into the river. This is the river. As you can see, is a really green river. Everything flows in there. It's the worst place you can possibly be in it. But for graduating purposes, everybody is welcome to have a swim. And if you don't grow a third eye, you are gonna be the lucky one. All the stressed out students that have to be supported by the burden of the hard topics like chemistry and physics needs to relax. Therefore, we are going towards the relaxed place, which is like Kimichi. It's a student bar where everybody comes in order to drink away their despairs. It's something that you won't ever taste anywhere in the world because it's really specific for this region. Don't be fooled by the fact that I am drinking an Aperol and it's probably 10:30 in the morning. It's cultural that you come here with a tramezzino and you drink your alcohol. Everybody knows that being a student, it's a burden, a blessing, but also it makes you really poor. Therefore, all the places over here have discounted prices for students. You can buy a panino for $2.50, you can buy a slice of pizza for $1.50. Every single person, every single student can afford to buy food outside. We are an Italian university, and for us the food and a healthy, balanced nutrition is really important. That's the reason why the University of Padua, through the ASU department, is actually offering, based upon your scholarship plan, really nutritious meals. So every day you can come over here and have a first complete meal with a first course, a second course, a side dish, even dessert and coffee, which is really important to survive during your student time and student phase. Therefore, every single person pays differently based upon their scholarship. There are people that don't pay anything at all, so they can come over here. There is also the option to bring your own container. In this way, if you don't eat the full meal, you can actually bring it back home and you don't have to worry about cooking a dinner. The cool thing about this canteen that you can refill as much as you want. The fun fact is that we used to have a free wine, a free red wine, and there is still a legend of people that have done crazy things in the canteen thanks to the canteen wine.
Yes, I'm ready.
If you're studying in Padua, at least once in your lifetime, you have to try the culinary UNESCO site, which is this old guy. This old guy has been owning this bar in the student area for such a long time. And you can go there and ask for a panini. But the thing is that you cannot choose your panini. He will make the panini for you. Therefore, at the first bite, you will find out what is inside. It's like a culinary delicacy because you will never know what kind of panini you're gonna get. And most of the time, trust me, it's gonna be amazing. Over here, we are at Caffè Pedrocchi. Caffè Pedrocchi is one of the most famous monuments in Padua, and it's a renewed coffee place that is really ancient. And the characteristic is it's mint coffee. It's a coffee with an emulsion of fresh cream and green mint syrup that cannot be stirred because otherwise you alter the equilibrium. The first and only cafeteria that makes this kind of coffee. You have to try it if you study here. When you are a student and you get the best grade possible, which is a 30 with laude, you can walk into Caffè Pedrocchi and they will serve you a free Aperol Spritz for all the students that are enrolled in the University of Padua. The whole project about the University of Padua is a multidisciplinary approach. Basically, we are on the third floor of Palazzo Liliano, where the Museum of Archaeological Art is placed. As you can see over here in this room, those were representation of ancient statues that are used nowadays for didactical purposes for the student. When it was restored, this museum, most of the students were engaged actively into the building of it. Another thing is that they restored recently the first musical instrument that has been found in Egypt, which is like a pan flute. This flute that has been created over here and completely restored is the only piece available in Europe. And with the partnership of the Department of Engineering, they created a software in order to recreate the actual music that the flute creates itself. And that's actually the hidden gem of this university. So you are studying in a place of a fervid and a warm cultural approach. We just recently celebrated the 800 years of this university. This means that was the first university to be born. It was born in 1222, therefore it's really, really old. It was the first university to be declared completely free. So the main motto of the University of Padua is Universitas Libertas, which is the University of Freedom. Despite what you want to do in life, this is the place where you can actually try to achieve it. One of the major activities that you can perform here in the University of Padua is definitely in the social activism, which is a really important aspect. Today we are here in one of the associations that has always been striving to create a student environment way better. So here we are with Antonio, which has been an activist for a while now. So Antonio, how is doing activism here in Padua? Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Yeah, I decided to become an activist in Padua at the university because I always loved helping people and always loved doing politics. And doing activism in the university is also useful to help students when they have problems with their professors, and also organizing social life events to let the students live the university more freely. And I always loved doing activism also at the university because we try one step at a time to realize a university that is more safe and inclusive.
This is the oldest mark in Europe, therefore you will always have to come over here during nighttime because it gets crowded of students drinking their Aperol Spritz. It's the most common thing to do, particularly during Saturday and Sundays, because the piazza, the squares and the market are full of people during those days. But if you want to go out in the student area, you have to attend the student area just on Wednesday. So keep in mind those days: Saturday, Sunday, Square; Wednesday, Portello, which is the student area. Over here, there's lots of artisanal markets, so where you can buy lots of great fresh meat and cheese. But if you want to try to find like a cheap diversion for buying fruit and vegetables, every single day in the morning there is a market on the right side where just for a few pennies you can actually buy the best fresh fruit. So I hope this journey with us was really insightful and give you a little bit of hints of what Padua can offer. It's an amazing city as well as the university. It's really interculturally really well connected, as well as it's the land for every single opportunity. So it's not just about the academy, it's just about living life and experiencing at its fullest. And I'm pretty sure here you will find everything that you need over here. So in order to gather more information regarding the University of Padua, what to study, a little bit more technical information, because the goal of this video was just have a little introspective point of view about the student life here, I will just leave you all the links, and in this way you have all the information that you might need in order to start your journey with us over here in Padua. I hope you enjoy everything, and I wish you luck.